life is not simple for them as well.
Right.
The challenges have changed. And we still expect them to resonate with our challenge. The race to prove everything as right now, here and now.
Okay.
In such a fast-paced environment, even if you talk about schooling nowadays versus we had,
Right.
it's such a fast-paced thing that everything has to be done here and now. That digital fatigue that they have.
That is another.
Also, this entire point of misunderstandings that you brought up. So it's not just a workplace that we face this, right?
Yeah.
Even in our personal lives, in our homes, we have our grandparents, we have our parents, we have us, and we have our kids.
Right.
So clearly 3 to 4 generations that are living in the same house.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that is something that is there equally applicable. Right? I'll tell you an instance. So, I'm a mother of a 7-year-old.
Yes.
And this is as recent as a couple of weeks back.
Right.
So whenever she comes back from school, the questions that I ask her is, what did you do in school? How was your assessment?
Right.
How much did you score? And she would simply smile, Vidya, and ask me back, Mama, how was your day? How are you feeling? Very cutely.
Oh, nice.
And I did not realize what is happening here. Only after a few days that I realized the transactional bit in my questions versus the connect and the empathy bit in hers.
Wow.
A tiny little one is not asking me about my work meetings or what did I do or what did my boss say. She's simply asking me, how are you feeling, Mama? And how was your day? And then one day I decided, let me change my narrative as well.
Nice.
The next day, when she came back from school, I simply asked her, Tashi, how was your school? How did you feel about it? And her eyes glowed up. And that 5 minutes of interaction that I used to have with her got converted into an hour-long heart-to-heart dialogue.
Wow.
She spoke so much about her friends, so much about what she feels right now at school or what she feels about that person. And it was just amazing. So focused on the outcomes, on the deliverables, that unintentionally and unconsciously we are moving away from that human element.
So true. But I want to ask you a question on behalf of a lot of viewers who might be thinking this. If I always start a meeting by saying how you feeling, how you doing, how's everyone at home, what happens is somewhere the other person could just start using that as reasons to not maybe perform the way they should. So someone's not well, this is happening, that is happening, and then that leads to you not being in a place as a manager now, because now you have access to that information. So it would be very insensitive to say, no, this needs to be done regardless of how you are feeling today. So how do you what is your advice to managers on that?
This is a very tough one. So honestly, the beauty in everything lies on balancing it.
Okay.
And for that matter, it applies everywhere. So even when we are talking right now, it has to be a good balance of what and the how part of it. Right? Because we have spoken so much on the how part doesn't mean we can compromise on the what part of it. Right? What still remains to be the center. As I said, even in the perspective check-ins, the what was the center, that what we are trying to deliver or what are the targets that we are trying to achieve.
Yeah.
How we are trying to achieve is something that we can work around. And trust me that the question that you've asked is so relevant, because leaders have come back to us saying that, or come back to me saying that the person is just using it to their advantage now. But that's where we need to strike that balance as a leader.
Right.
That I hear you. But these are the three ways that you can come out of it.
Nice.
Do you need any further help? We are available. If not, let's work together and let's make this happen while we are there to partner you to navigate your challenges.
Correct.
That balance has to be struck. We can't be extremely emotional as well as extremely practical. It's like being a taskmaster and a people person.
Extremes.
The extremes, right?
Yeah.
And I have started my journey being a taskmaster myself. But you walk few steps here and few steps here. I have had leaders who have extreme people person. They will not do anything on their cost of the people, even if the deliverables are not Right. So it's where we have to walk and come to a midway.
I really, really like that tip. It's such a practical tip because that worry that a lot of taskmasters have is that if I become soft, nothing will get done. And I think that hesitation is what you've helped them bridge. And the other extreme, that are people connection-oriented people, but also I've seen a lot of, in my experience, the ones that are very connection-oriented are also inherently people pleasers. They need everyone to like them.
Yes.
And that also is a huge challenge when it comes to leadership. Because if you need everyone to like you, getting work done then becomes a challenge.
Oh yeah, that's so beautifully put. Another thing that I often tell my people there is, we don't expect you to be the mothers and fathers for them.
Nice.
But we expect you to be beyond managers, maybe mentors.
Wow, I love that. Beyond managers and become a mentor. And I also like what you said earlier, that being empathetic or even having a conversation about how someone is feeling doesn't mean you have to get emotional about it. So again, that balance and centering yourself, that's another thing I wanted to ask you, is that, to be able to be like this as a manager, where, you're being centered, you're being balanced, when and how much to press on a task, but then you also become soft when you have to. Any tools to kind of regulate yourself, center yourself, that you have given in the past, or even maybe something that you practice?
I definitely practice one thing, and this I've learned from one of my mentors, saying that don't rush into things. I myself, as I said, I was very, very aggressive or action oriented, very passionate for whatever I do. I would just simply get a call and I would rush into things. Oh, this is what it is. 10 data points is that. But then my mentor one day told me that, pause, ground yourself, prepare yourself for it. If I ask people that when was the last you just sat down without doing anything, without thinking anything, the person would take time to think and respond.
Actually, you've already answered this in many ways, but I'm still going to ask you that, this whole communication style difference, like on one hand, you have emojis and words without propositions, which like irk me. And then the other way, which says, please email me if you want to talk to me. How do you kind of bridge that gap in organization? The very different communication styles.
Okay, so I'll keep it very simple. Formal as required and flexible when it adds value.
Nice. Okay.
Emojis don't always show disrespect.
Nice.
And emails don't always show escalations.
Nice.
Right? And as a human being, we are naturally wired to notice a lot of noise around us. But now it is the time that we have to build that muscle to notice the silence around us more than voice.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Communication is not about speaking up. Communication is also when I'm not speaking. By not saying anything, by not participating, what am I trying to tell you? Often we would see one person suddenly stop saying anything in the meetings.
Right.
None of the process will teach you to pause and ask that person what's wrong with you. It's that human connect. It's that element of empathy that will nudge you. Hold on, is everything okay? Why are you not participating today?
Right.
We've often heard this instant gratification piece with the Gen Zs.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
But I feel personally that instant attention is even more critical to instant gratification. I observed this person was not speaking today. I observed this person is not speaking the next day again. I can't let it go. That instant attention needs to be given to that person. And I personally, as a person, follows a routine of morning nudges with my team. So every Monday morning, we would just simply gather for like 10 minutes and we would simply talk about each other's weekends.
Okay.
How was your weekend? What's your family doing? Because as a team, we get to know our families also, and we know what is happening in whose life, etc. We would just simply share all of that. No work. No setting of the KPIs or the work deliverables for the week, etc. But simple 10 minutes of catch up, this morning nudges, that helps me understand and also set the positive note to the day.
Correct.
And not just to the day, the positive tone to the entire week.
Right.
And what I'm trying to do is, I'm getting heard and I'm ensuring the team is getting heard.
Oh, very nice. I like that. Even I'm getting heard. Yeah, that's important. Because even you want to be heard. Yeah.
As team leaders, we often shy away from being vulnerable. How can I be vulnerable in front of my team? Or I need to have that positioning that I can't share what's happening in my life.
Correct. Yeah.
But it's a give and take relationship. I walk 2 steps, the person will walk 4 steps and come and hug me when I am in need.
Thank you. This was a really, really insightful answer and lots of practical tips for anyone who wants to or needs to apply them. So, according to you, how can empathy be taught to the younger generation?
Oh, absolutely, it can be taught.
Okay.
It's actually not just a trait; it's a muscle that we can build through intentional practice.
Okay.
Right? And it's not just to the younger generation, but to everybody, all of us here. Because all of us have that deep within ourselves.
Right.
It's about bringing it back on the surface level, and starting to practice it more. And I'm a big fan of one of our very interesting activity that I've done with more than 20 groups now. It is called River of Life. I'm sure you would have heard about it.
River of Life. Yes, I think you mentioned it when we were speaking.
Yeah. So it's called River of Life, where an individual is charting his or her life in the form of a flowing river.
Okay.
Where it'll have highs, lows, those bends, those curves, those ripples, the calm moments and all of that. So like your 35, 40 years of journey gets crafted like a flowing river.
Right.
And then you speak about it to each other.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
And when you speak about to each other, you create that safe space for all of you to talk about your strengths, to talk about what has shaped you, the person you are. What are those deep underlying values that are non-negotiable for you? What have been your challenges? Why do you react a certain way you do in certain situations?
Right.
So all of this is what you, when you speak about all of this to a group, that is where all the other will start seeing you beyond a grade, a designation, or a colleague. And I've had the most senior member of the organization and the most junior member of the organization in the same group. Because everybody has their own journey.
Yes.
You then realize the resilience behind that calm.
Right.
The challenges behind that everyday smile. You start appreciating, acknowledging each other's differences.
Right.
Tomorrow, now if you know me, Vidya, through my river of life, tomorrow if I behave a certain way, you know where is it coming from.
Exactly. Because you've seen you've understood the journey and the context of the person.
Yeah. You will accept it.
Yeah.
Not just acknowledge, but accept it wholeheartedly.
Yes.
Now you know what are some of my non-negotiable values. Why am I sort of putting my foot down on few things and while I'm okay with the other few.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, and these are very powerful tools. So I've done creative movement therapy. I've done an entire course on that. And we do a lot of these, even the role plays.
Yeah.
And what's very powerful is sometimes if someone just mirrors and, just a few minutes ago, you could have said something and the person says, okay, let me show you. And there's certain expressions and tones that you might have used and you don't even realize how harsh. And when you see it in someone, you're like, wow, okay, I talked like that. Yes. That's how I sound.
Wow.
And it is such a moment of realization.
Wow.
And that is more powerful than anyone sitting and telling you, or like you said, feedback. Feedback is actually a word that has been used and abused in many ways.
And also one important thing that happens here is all of the time we think that our struggle and our challenges has been the toughest.
So well put. So well put.
When we hear the second person, we realize, oh, the person was also sailing in the same boat, or rather, the waves were even stronger when he was sailing in the boat.
Yeah.
So we start to have that gratitude in our life. We start to appreciate each other's journey even more.
One big reason, obviously, I wanted to invite you is because this whole topic about the generational gap and how to bridge it. But the other is because you're from the media industry. And the media industry has its own very unique set of challenges when it comes to work hours, right? So yes, very easy to say, try and be more empathetic, try and be more considerate, try to have connections. But physically to handle yourself also is a challenge. And the kind of hours, the work pressure is a lot. So could you share a little bit about what are the unique challenges that the media industry faces?
Oh, certainly. So media, I often tell, it's like a marathon, but at a sprint speed.
Okay, nice.
It's very dynamic, very time-bound, extremely demanding. Everything changes every week, right? So, and in a fast-paced and high-stress industry like media, you are bang on that empathy and all these things take a backseat. It's like, I'll get it there, let me sort the crisis right now. Let me dose off the fire which is there right now.
Okay.
And that is where it becomes even more crucial, because if you turn the coin, it's empathy that will keep you going in this high-stress environment.
Oh, wow. Okay, nice. I like that perspective.
It's empathy that will help you navigate the chaos, right? So I was talking a couple of days back, I was talking to one of our leader, and he said, Preeti, you know what? When a crisis hit, I do not need a perfect plan. I need people who have trust in me, who understand me, and whom I can trust.
Wow, Preeti, that is so fantastic what you said.
This industry is all about people. It's everything boils down to people, the creativity, right? And there are two struggles or two challenges that I see in this industry, which I've not seen so much in the other industries. One, obviously, is the urgency bias.
Yes.
The way this industry operates.
Accepted. Yes.
Everything is needing now, right now. And the other piece that I've seen in this industry is the invisible stress.
Okay.
So normally we glorify our resilience to another level here. See, for a creative person, a creative rejection is a personal rejection.
Very true. Yes, I've seen that.
And they take it really hard on themselves. And because we've glorified resilience so much, we would not even get to know what's happening with that person till the time the person breaks down.
Wow.
That invisible stress, that is where very consciously, again, the power of noticing the silence plays a very critical role here.
Right. Unlike
in some other industries. These are definitely two struggles that I see. And I often say, be it a newsroom or be it a creative studio, the difference between a team that delivers and the difference between a team that thrives is not always a talent.
Okay.
It's the space that we are trying to create where the person can mess up, still talk about it, come back and correct it, and be human.
So well put. So you're saying that a well-performing team doesn't necessarily mean that they have better talent. It's just that they have a better understanding and connection amongst each other.
And they have that courage to sort of mess up and come back and correct it. So in this industry, while empathy is extremely difficult to achieve, it is extremely crucial also.
Wow.
It's very, very critical.
Yeah.
It is that silent tool, honestly, which helps managers move to mentors, colleagues move as companions, and a workplace move as a safe space.
Lovely.
Because you need that safe space for people to thrive. You need that safe space for the creative minds to perform.
Yes. So Preeti, everything you say is so well put and so well articulated and so deeply thought through that I could talk to you all day. It has truly been one of the most insightful conversations I've had, and I myself have always wondered about this generational gap and how can we really kind of find a way to work together. And you have given me so many tools, so much fodder to think about, and a different perspective on almost all the questions that we had. So thank you so much. And I'm sure the viewers are really going to enjoy this.
Thank you so much, Vidya, for your kind words. It was honestly my pleasure to be here today to have this conversation with you. But honestly, this did not even feel like a podcast to me. It felt like two minds trying to exchange thoughts and co-creating something which is magical.
Thank you.
Right? Because you have a subject matter expertise when it comes to empathy. So I've learned so many things from you. So thank you so much for this. I've really enjoyed being here. So, and to all our viewers, I would like to say that empathy is our secret strength wrapped in understanding. So let's leverage it and create the world around us even better. Thank you.